pod.gr.
You are listening to and watching the Home Studio Podcast. Whenever I'm asked about my favorite albums and songwriters, today's guest is always on those lists. The power of his stories, full of symbolism and rich references, is what made me fall in love with musical storytelling and rock operas. It's a great pleasure to sit here once again for the fourth time in front of one of his creations. The world may be ending in 5 months, and we are preparing for it through the thoughts of Arjen Lucassen in his new work entitled Songs No One Will Hear. Hi, Arjen.
Hi, Dimitris.
It's great to have you here again.
It's great to be here again. Always. I'm always there.
Last time, it was about the Transitus promo, as I can.
Yeah. It was 5 years ago or something.
5 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, it's fast, eh? Going
we
fast.
are young kids back there.
I know. Yeah.
So, Arjen, how was your anniversary shows?
It was a big success, and everyone was happy, and that's what it's all about, you know. But it was really tiring, you know. We had to do 6 shows in 4 days, including the dress rehearsal, and I'm never on stage, you know. So it's very scary for me, and I'm a terrible perfectionist. So I always like, oh, that didn't go right. Oh, that didn't go right. But, you know, as long as people are happy, I'm happy.
Everybody was happy, though.
That's what it's all about, really.
So let's go to the new solo album. The new solo album. The new 2 releases of solo albums. And let's go let's go to the apocalyptic one. The central idea of the album asks, what would you do if the world ended in 5 months? How did this concept first come to you?
I always start with the music. So I got on my phone, you know, I record all these little ideas on the guitar. Then I go into the studio, then I listen to it, then I work on it. And at that point, I have no idea what the concept is going to be. You know, I often don't even know what project it's going to be. But this time I knew it was time for a solo album. And then I listen to the material and I hope it inspires me to come up with a story. And this time the material was so eclectic. There were so many different styles, tiny, small songs, big songs, heavy parts, quiet parts. So I needed a concept that would fit the music. And suddenly I thought, I always like to write about emotions. You know, it's always about emotions. Even if it's a science fiction story, it's still about human emotions. So then I suddenly thought, what would people do if they would only have 5 months left to live with their lives? And everyone would do something different, you know. So that gives me the chance to write about many different things and that fits the music with all these different styles.
So this is a conceptual, not a concept album.
It is a concept album. It's not a rock opera. No. You know, with Ayreon, I do rock. Yeah. It's rock operas because there's many guests. So and each guest plays a character on the album. So this is a concept album. Ayreon is rock operas.
Okay. The record blends tragic themes with dark humor. How do you strike that balance without losing emotional impact?
I think the narration of Mike Mills has a lot to do with that. Of course, he's a good friend of mine. He's one of my heroes. He comes from Australia, and he has this cool Australian accent, you know, which makes it very special. And he does the narration, and he kind of glues the songs together. Because at some point you got like this very naughty, funny song called Shagathon. After that, you have We'll Never Know, which is a big contrast, you know. So I'm glad that Mike Mills had some narration there in the middle to kind of make sense of it all.
If you personally had 5 months before the end, what would you do?
The album is about Sanctuary Island, and Sanctuary Island is the place where the asteroid would hit the Earth. I would definitely want to be there. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of the world where you slowly die and there's a lot of misery. I would rather be at the place where the asteroid comes down. And I kind of had this hippie feel, that there's all these people on this island, they're holding hands and they're singing, and while the end, while the end comes,
The hippie one.
Sorry?
The hippie one style.
The hippie, definitely. It's the hippie there. Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe the creative process of making a concept album from scratch to its release? How do you conceive the story, the script, and the roles, if there is an Ayreon or a solo one?
Well, like I said, it always starts with the music. So it always starts instrumentally. I let the music inspire me to come up with the story. If it's an Ayreon, I make a list of singers I would like to work with. And then I like, where would they fit on the album? And then I divide them all over the album. And at that point, I don't have lyrics yet or melodies, it all depends on the singers. But of course, on this album, it's my solo album, so I sing. It's like 80% of my vocals.
And in each album, you become better and better on singing.
Thank you. I keep hearing that, and
of course,
I think I'm learning my own limitations. And I think, I think that's the trick. Not try to sing too high because I'm not good at that, or too powerful. I don't have any power in my voice. Like the way Ronnie James Dio had, or
Tommy Carey,
or Tommy, or Dino Jelusic, of course, who was in the shows.
Men of science, brilliant minds, unite as one to save mankind. This was not the plan, it can't be.
Do you remember yourself singing in Human Equation album?
Yeah, I do. And that part wasn't meant for me. There were 500 other people who I had planned for that part. So it was a last minute decision. But proud I did it.
Thank God there is one, because you have given a dimension too far of the abyss of yourself in that concept. And I think that was perfect. So
cool.
For many, how do you distinguish in your head, thematically and musically, between all the different projects you create? How do you balance among them?
I don't think about it really.
Yeah.
It's all a very spontaneous process. Like I said earlier, if I start a project, I often don't even know what it's going to be, because as soon as I decide it's going to be this, I'm going to limit myself. So I always wait a bit and see how it develops. But really, there's no master plan. It's all baby steps. It's one step after another, and allow myself to change things. That's very important. When I started Ayreon, I had a vision, and that's what I wanted, and I didn't want to deviate. But by now, getting older, I've learned that it's good to, as they say, kill your darlings. That's very important, to keep changing things until it's good. For a perfectionist like me.
I have too many young kids, my students and listeners, that ask me always about the financial side of things. When did you understand that music is what you have to do just to listen by it? When was the thin line between not living from music and living from that stuff?
I had no choice. Music was everything for me. And if I wouldn't have been a professional musician, it would have ended up really badly for me. I couldn't. I think I tried 1 or 2 jobs, but it was terrible. It was terrible. I had fights with everyone, and they always fired me. And luckily, when I was only 20 years old, I joined the band Bodine, which was a big band at that moment in Holland, and it was a professional band. So we played gigs and we earned money. So I'm really glad that happened really soon. But otherwise, it would have ended up very badly for me.
Of course. Did you change your financial thoughts as the music industry evolves? Have you gained some new stuff to gain money, as a musician has to do?
Well, I think if you set out to earn money with music, you're in the wrong business, because it's not going to happen. And the more you want it, the less it will happen.
Of course.
And especially now with the downloading, you get so little money from the streaming, and people hardly buy physical product anymore. I'm talking about CDs, and some start buying vinyl again now, which is of course very good.
You are always sold out artist in your vinyl.
I'm lucky to have been already active in the 80s. I was active before the whole downloading and before the whole streaming started. So I'm really lucky. People bought my CDs from the 90s on, and I always made beautiful packages. I always put a lot of money in packages. So it's something nice to have. And now, even though people don't have a CD player anymore, they still buy my stuff because they're completists, they want to have it complete, their collection. So I'm lucky, but for bands nowadays, it's really hard. Don't expect to earn money with it, and don't even try, because I tried that in the 80s. I tried for 10 years to do what I think people wanted, but that doesn't work. It only works if it comes from the heart, if you do what you want, because that's what you're best at. And then I was surprised, when I really started earning money and got enough money to live from. I never expected that. And it was never my goal. But at some point I was very happy that happened. Yeah.
Do you remember your presence in Greece with Anneke?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was
What
great.
do you remember from that appearance?
I remember very good food, Greece food, because we went out to dinner with Sakis.
Yeah.
Sakis
Fragos. Friend.
Fragos, yeah. He's a really nice guy. He took us out to dinner, and we had a very nice Greek meal, and the show was very cool. As always, I was very nervous, but being with Anneke is of course a dream come true. I mean, she's fantastic.
It was the best Valley of the Queens singing ever.
Okay, cool.
Did you in any way incorporate AI as a tool in the preparation of the anniversary live shows or your solo album? Have you found the balance for AI to become a tool for speed and efficiency rather than an enemy of your creativity?
I still see it as an enemy, especially in music. It's my passion and it's my life to create music. And if that would be taken away by AI, it would make no sense for me, because for me, it's not about the end result. Even if with AI, the end result is better, it's about the process of getting there. I'm always like, I'm working on songs, and then this song, grows and grows, and then I release it, and then it's gone. Then the whole feeling is gone.
Yeah, I know.
So I would never incorporate AI in my music. No. Maybe for artwork, it can inspire you, as long as you make it your own, as long as you're still the boss.
You're still the creator.
That's very important.
Yeah. Ayreon has always been about building vast universes. How does working on songs no one will hear compare to creating an Ayreon universe?
Ayreon is way more complicated, also because you have all the singers and you have all the characters, and the story that's now spans over 10 albums, which is getting very complicated. Sometimes I have to ask fans, because I don't understand it myself anymore. And this solo album was very easy. I had this simple story. What would people do? And it gave me plenty ideas. I mean, within 10 minutes, I wrote down 10 or 20 subjects that I could write about. So doing a solo album is a lot easier than doing an Ayreon. So this album I made well within a year, but an Ayreon would take me twice as long for sure.
Okay. It was all created in your home studio?
Yeah. That's good, because I'm my own boss, and especially when I sing everything, I don't have to invite the singers. I don't have to write for other people. I wake up in the morning like, oh, I feel like singing today. Go in my studio, help sing. So that's a luxury position.
The Mary Poppins feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's from way before your time, man.
Not so long before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Mary Poppins. It Sound of Music,
Yeah, Mary Poppins too, with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Have you ever felt that insatiable need for creation, for doing more and more new things, as a weight or a source of anxiety?
Oh, yeah. It's especially when I'm finished with something. I always go through that black hole period.
Yeah.
And I always think like, now the well is empty, Now there'll be no more ideas, and that's it. I've done everything. I've made 30, 40 albums.
Wow.
And there's nothing left to do. I always have that feeling. And then, I just grab that guitar and nothing comes out. And then at some point I had this little idea where I'm like, hey, I don't think I ever did this before. And this is cool. And then I get confidence. And then the other ideas start coming in. But it's better to see it as a challenge than as a burden. And I love challenges. To be like, is it possible? Is it possible? And I work really hard on it and to make it come true. I mean, that's my life, that's why I do it.
This album is described as more guitar-driven and prog-oriented. What pushed you back toward that direction?
The previous solo album, Lost in a New Reel, from 2012, yeah. It didn't really have a band feeling. I love that album, but it's kind of electronic, and it's kind of put together a lot of weird stuff happening. And I always want to do something different, when I do the same project. So I wanted to give this album more of a band feeling. And the first thing that helped was the drummer I worked with.
Yeah.
Because he has his own studio. So we could work together a lot, and give it that live feel. And guitars, I didn't play in years. I didn't play solos, but again, we get to that challenge. It's like, could I still do it? And then
you surely did.
I'm proud of it. Once I started, I got back into that groove.
Yeah.
And I played way more guitar than I expected, or than I wanted to. So
same anxiety was expressed by Steven Wilson also in his albums. He always had amazing musicians with him. And when he had to play the solos, it was a burden for him.
Yeah, especially when I have like guests like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and
in the previous one, yeah.
Yeah, James Guthrie, Guthrie Govan, and the best guitar players. Then it's like humbling, to play on the same album as them. But this is my solo album, so I can do whatever the hell I want.
You have to stand by the most amazing guitar players and most amazing vocalists.
Yeah, totally. And I felt that during the Ayreon shows, it was very scary to be on the same stage as like you said, Tommy Kerevik and Dino Jelusic and Damien Wilson. And it was,
but you did it, man. Scary. You did it perfectly.
I did it. I don't know if it was perfect. No, it was not perfect, but I did it.
It was for us.
Okay, well, that's what counts.
Floor Jansen's performance on We'll Never Know, I think it's the song, has already been highlighted. What made her the perfect fit for that song? And how's working with singers that are now so strong vocal personalities?
Well, that song, of course, is a very, very sad song about a couple who are expecting a little baby girl whom they will never see. And as I was working on it, I thought maybe it's too sad, maybe it's like a tearjerker, maybe it goes too far. And then I thought there's only one singer in the world who could get away with this, who could sell this, who could play that part. And that was Floor. So I was just hoping, like, please, Floor, I hope you have time and I hope you say yes, because if you won't do it, I won't do the song. And I sent it to her, and she's a mother herself, so she really felt the story, the lyrics, and she really had an extra. She gave it extra passion, and you hear that she's really into it. So.
It's all a lie, it's all a fake. Come on, man, give me a break. They'll never fool me, goddamn conspiracy.
The album deals with humanity facing an asteroid impact. Do you see it as a metaphorical for today's world or purely fictional?
It is metaphorical, you know. There's a lot happening in the world that's not good. I often say it. I don't want to put politics in my music, you know. It's not my place. I'm a musician. I'm an entertainer. So I wanted to be entertaining. So I picked the asteroid, you know, which is a danger, not, you know, from the universe, from above, right? So I definitely didn't want to get political and do nuclear wars or whatever. So it can be seen as a metaphor.
Did you, in any point, got tempted to link the solo album with the Ayreon universe? The asteroid coming from X or Y or something like that?
Well, actually, I did.
Oh, I knew that.
If you listen all the way at the end, you hear a voice, and it's not Mike Mills, it's not me, it's Peter Daltrey.
Wow!
And Peter Daltrey, of course, played the Alien Forever in the Electric Castle story. So I asked him to say that line, and it's open for interpretation, you know.
Of course.
But indeed, you know, the Forever race already once fired an asteroid at the Earth 65 million years ago, destroying the dinosaurs. So maybe they did it again. Maybe they were like, okay, we created this human race, but they're making a mess of it. So let's end this and, you know, try something new.
I see. So do you feel that music in some way can prepare us to face fear, loss, and chaos?
Music can do so much, you know, at least for me. I have headphones and you know, in all shapes and forms, and wherever I am. Well, when I'm rowing, or when I'm working out, or when I'm walking outside, you know, it's for me, it's escapism, music, and that's also what I want to offer with my music. So to answer your question, there's a song. It's not on the album. It's one of the bonus tracks.
Oh,
it's called "Listen to Sabbath," and I wrote this song which way before their last show and before Ozzy passed. It basically says, you know, hey man, you can all worry and make wars and you know, and make a mess of everything. I'm gonna sit in my room and listen to Sabbath. You know, goodbye.
So, because you have mentioned it, what about Ozzy? It was on your basic inspirations back then.
Definitely. I think the first metal album I bought was Masters of Reality. When it came out, I think it must have been 1971. So that was the first. Well, maybe Deep Purple. I see your shirt there. Maybe Made in Japan was the first I bought. But I don't think Deep Purple is a metal band, you know. But I definitely think that Black Sabbath was the first metal band, you know, that they had this huge guitar sound, and of course Ozzy wailing over it. So Master of Reality was a very important album for me.
This is, I know this is not good at all. You die, everybody dies.
Let's go to the final question, which is the most difficult, because you're always thinking about the next step. Okay, even though your solo album have just been released, what are your next plans? Either in terms of promoting them, the solo albums, the re-releasing of the first one of 93, and that one, and for any upcoming projects, are you ready to talk about a next Ayreon or Star One album?
Well, that wasn't a difficult question. No. Well, the first thing, of course, is mixing the live stuff. that's always a big job. It always takes me a couple of months to mix it and to edit all the footage and stuff. So that will take me to the end of this year, to work on the Blu-ray or DVD. I don't think you have DVD anymore. Let's call it Blu-ray. Blu-ray of the live album. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. But as we said earlier, Transitus was 5 years ago. So I think, and I did a lot of side projects in between. So I think I'm ready, and definitely the fans are ready for another Ayreon. So
yes, we are.
So that I'm guessing, I'm like 99% sure that will be the next step.
Nice. Arjen, it was a pleasure as always talking to you.
I enjoy it too, always.
I'm a big fan of yours, you know that.
Cool. Yeah, I see the human equation behind you. So.
Yeah, of course. Human equation is my base in every best of list of mine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Cool. I totally love rock operas, and I think that the way the threads on the story are something wonderful. I totally love it, and I think that Human Equation was my first impression, and Dark Side of the Moon and the Wall was secondary ones.
Oh, whoa.
Because
you know how to give a compliment.
because of my age. It was
of course, yeah.
It was my The Wall.
Oh, whoa. That's a big compliment.
Thank you very much, Arjen. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I totally expecting to come to Greece again.
I don't know.
I'll talk to Takis to persuade you.
Yeah. With good food, probably.
Of course, always.
Lure me, yeah.
Looking forward for the next Ayreon album and whatever comes after that.
We'll definitely talk again then.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much, Arjen. It was a pleasure.
Okay, bye, man.
Bye, man. Bye.
Bye.
We escape the chaos here on Sanctuary Island. A song is played, the music floods the night.
Pod.gr. Το καλό να ακούγεται.